Live? We're live? So we're in? Already? Guess what? We're in on the very, very first Pitch Tank live here at the NADA Show 2023. We are sitting in the booth here at Outsell. They've been so kind to give us this wonderful little news desk, which we're hanging out with. I've got a few moderators here with me. We've got 4 pitchers. We're going to make this a fast and furious show. This is the championships of the month-long championship for January on Pitch Tank on Clubhouse, but we're doing it live, bringing it to you. Thank you so much for joining us. I've got my couple of Auto Genius members over here. I'm going to have them introduce themselves, let us know where they're from, and then we'll get right into the pitches.
Hey, I'm Steve Lories with Think Beardmore Auto Groups, and we are in the north central Indiana area and focused in Nebraska.
And I'm Ray Scott, marketing director in New England, and been doing this for quite a bit.
Awesome. So we're going to get right into the pitches. I'm Kyle with ASOTU and Auto Genius, and I've got Tim Hyden right here next to me. He's with Brain Trust. He gets 3 minutes, audio only to pitch. He doesn't get any visual representation, so he's got to be real tight, real good. We'll ask him a couple questions, score him on pitch and products from a scale of 1 to 5. When we get to the end, we'll announce the winner, and that'll be the pride that you get to win. All right, sounds good. I've got 3 minutes on the clock. Tim, let's roll.
Let's roll. All right, guys. Well, our core business at Brain Trust really is about helping dealers and all businesses and verticals that we work with have a single source of truth. That's usually with a customer data platform or some hybrid cloud structure. Things we're doing there. But what happens this summer with the FTC safeguard rule, right? With it, the number everybody keeps throwing around is it's $50,000 per instance, per violation, per day, right? That's going to cost a lot. For $500 a year, we have a data science product that will actually go in and provide an audit of where all the cyber risks are in the dealership and give the dealer a starting place for what they have to do to be compliant. On an ongoing basis, they can run this with that subscription every year, starting at $500, monthly, quarterly, whatever it is they're required to do to meet compliance.
You just rolled out just like that? Was that it? He said, wait. Just as a note, I don't know if anybody knows, but he said $500 a year. Is that right?
That's the starting point.
Okay,
that would be an independent dealer who is managing it self-serve on their own.
Got it. Awesome. So $500 a year, you can get into compliance. Moderators, any quick questions for him?
You said it starts at 500 for an independent. Now, let's say you're a powerhouse franchise.
Right.
You're selling 300 cars a month. When they start coming back, the high volume, what does that cost look like?
Well, let's be honest. Those guys, there's not a CDP on this floor that can handle dealers like that, right? So we'll talk about that at the same time. But for them, they're probably looking at anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500 a year.
Still less than 50 grand.
Still less than 50 grand. Oh, absolutely. These are robots. This is a digital workforce, right? Doing the work for you.
Oh, I'm all about robots and AI. We can get into that later. Thank you.
So, real quick question. You mentioned that it's doing an audit. Can you give us an idea of what it exactly is that it's going to audit? Like, what are the inclusions or exclusions, the things it can or can't do?
Well, we're going to see what is installed from a system standpoint. So there's probably a good 2 or 3 weeks of looking at documentation, what their IT firm or what their agencies help them set up, right? So with that, we're deploying the agents, these AI agents, into each one of them via an API. But then we don't need a full-time API connection. So while it comes back, it's telling us exactly where there are gaps, where there are risks, where there may be anomalies in data, anomalies in encryption that are happening in the system. Somebody on the team maybe clicked that email that said free Starbucks coffee. That's that happens. We find it.
Gotcha. Awesome. All right. In the interest of time, we're going to move to a pitch and product score. Gray, I'm going to start with you. So pitch first, product second, scale of 1 to 5.
Pitch, I'd go with a short and sweet. I like it 4.5, and I'd say from a product perspective, 4.
So 4, 4.5.
Yeah, I like short and sweet. I think we could add a little bit more to it, so I'll give you a 4 for that. And then, but I definitely think the product-wise for price, it's a 5.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to go with a pitch at a 3.8. I think clarifying some of the things around exactly what it does, whether we got the question afterwards would have helped, and you had plenty of time to do it. On the product, though, I'm going to go with a 5. This is a low-risk, high-reward opportunity at a very, very low cost for a dealer to make sure that they're compliant going into 2023. Big deal. Tim, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to move right to the next pitch. If you want to go and hand that off. Coming onto the screen, we've got Ezra Doty with Quorum Data, and I am excited to have him pitching. Ezra,
yes,
you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, I'm going to throw 3 minutes on the clock, just like that. And when you're ready, let's go.
All right. Well, thanks for having me here, and nice to see you guys. Quorum Data is a mobile location data company. What that means is we've partnered with mobile apps like news, sports, weather apps, where you've opted in the App Store to share your anonymous location data, and we're tracking 280 million users nationwide, and we're also tracking, have geofence 40,000 car dealerships nationwide, and we figure out who are the people who show up physically at dealerships, and we make that data available for analytics and for ad targeting. And from an analytics standpoint, you can see where you're getting more or less market share of foot traffic relative to your local competition. You can also see where you're being cross-shopped, and a lot of people don't know exactly who their real competitors are in a market, so it can be very insightful from that point of view. And then from an ad targeting standpoint, you're reaching the other shoppers out there who are super low funnel in market. For context, there's probably only about 5.5 million people shopping at any given time, searching on Google, out of their 246 million audience. We see 3.5 million people visiting car dealerships every month. There's only 3.2 million cars sold a month in the US, so this is like getting right to the point. So if you're trying to expand your low funnel strategies, such as website retargeting, retargeting on Facebook, or even bulking up the audiences for your lookalike models in Facebook, or targeting on CTV, this is a great way to boost and really add 65%. Like if you break it down on a dealership level, Google's seeing about 120 car shoppers at any given time for dealer, and we're seeing about 80. So that's a big jump for a real low funnel, high performing audience. And it's available through our partner network. You can get it through Dealer Inspire, you can get it through dealer.com, you can get it through Dom360, you can get it through Affinitive, and many others. And I'm sure I'm forgetting some, but ask your partner that helps you with your marketing. Hey, I want to target people who are physically shopping for cars, and I'm sure they'll be happy to help you out. And if they haven't heard of it, please send them our way.
Awesome, great job. I have the first question. Sorry about that. For those that are much more self-sufficient, we've got a couple of those right here that maybe don't need partners to run ads on some of these platforms. Can you get some of this data on your own?
Yeah, you can, and the cost of that is $150 per rooftop per month for unlimited use in Meta ads and in TikTok. And then if you want us to send that data over to your DSP, that runs on a CPM basis. It's a metered service, but yeah, very turnkey. $150 a month, Meta ads, TikTok, and that gives you full access to the analytics and to, again, unlimited access to target the audience.
I'm super familiar. You guys are gangbusters. I used you way back when you were really small in Chicago. And so, Kyle, with your question to answer mine, I couldn't remember how much I was paying you to go indirect back when, I know this Susanna's still with you, but back when she was with you guys, I signed on years ago. How is it going to evolve? Are you going to be able to get that data and a self-serve beyond the social media? Where else can I push those ads?
Yeah, that's a great question. So you can push them into any demand side platform, media buying platforms such as Google DV360, the Trade Desk.
So I can use it with my video and everything else.
Right, and then if you don't have that connectivity, we also we have our own DSP, and we can provide that media buying service. So you could be targeting somebody, who's watching, CBS Nightly News or I'm trying blanking on a favorite show right now on CTV, and your dealership's ad can be going to the guy who was just 2 miles down the road at your competitor's dealer the next day. So it's super powerful, and pretty much anywhere where you can target a user with digital advertising, connected TV, OTT, display ads, social.
Now,
this works.
You guys came out initially though tracking billboards, if I recall.
That's right.
You had to take a deep breath there.
Yeah.
But you're smiling. Dealers still use billboards. in excess.
Oh yeah.
And so the ability to track that now with you guys, or track who's passed by and then comes to the store, that's remarkable.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thanks for bringing that up. It is a huge part of our business actually, and we track for outside of the automotive category, everyone from Chrysler at the or Stellantis at the tier 1 level, and Starbucks and Taco Bell and all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
Big, but for an automotive for a car dealer, we basically can track the people who are going by your billboards, track the people who are going to your dealership, and we can tell you, like, of the 3 or 4 billboard placements you're running in a market, which one is actually sending the most traffic to your store. And so you can actually begin to optimize your out-of-home placements the same way you're optimizing your online advertising campaigns, which is I think a total game changer, and people really love it. You can also retarget the people who saw your billboard, so you can kind of put that out-of-home experience into 360. So the person who just saw your out-of-home unit, you can double down, and you can serve them an ad when they're watching. Someone. No,
it's
what's your favorite show?
I didn't even know that you were coming to present, and then
Yeah.
I'm sitting here and I connected those dots. When I had Sell My Car Chicago, it was a customer acquisition campaign that I ran well before the pandemic, and we were hammering billboards in Chicago, and I was running you guys. We were able to be super efficient with that, where we were generating 30 to 40 inbound acquisition leads a day, first party.
Wow.
By honing in on those campaigns at these granular levels. So I don't really have a lot of questions. It's a lot of excitement. It's kind of cool you guys are kicking it here, and you partner with a lot more vendors in the space.
Well, thank you.
All right, we're going to move to the pitch and product scoring and start with
I was
Gray.
going to go with a gangbuster 5, and I think the pitch was a solid 4.5.
4.5.
5
on
for
the
product,
pitch,
4.5 on the pitch.
5 on the product.
Yeah, I'm going to say 4.8 on the product itself. There's some pieces I'm not clear on, so I'm not going to give you quite 5, but on the pitch, I'm going to give you 4.5.
Awesome, and I'm going to go with a 4.5 on the pitch and as well a 4.5 on the product. Mainly on the product side, this is just an encouragement. I think you've got a little bit of margin left to go, and I think sometimes dealers, when they look at a low price product, probably underestimate the opportunity that they might have with it, and so selling up that value may help. But thank you so much, Ezra, for coming on. We'll get your scores in just a little while, but great job. All right, we are going to switch out the seats.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yes, we're going to switch out the seats to Larry Feldman with Career Changers USA. Larry, this is not your first time on the old pitch tank. I encouraged you a few weeks when you won one for the championship last time to bring something fresh and new. I'm hoping fresh and new happens in the next 3 minutes. Let's roll.
Okay, as technology explodes, it's changing dealerships, it's changing the world. What we tend to forget sometimes is it's still a people business. And my business, Career Changers USA, is strictly about people. I find people where it seems like no one else can, and I make the people that are there better. How do I do it? Incredibly simple process. I use the same tools I used as a salesperson and as a dealer. I'm expedient, I'm incredibly accessible. These guys always kid me that I always answer my phone. Really, really simple process. When I recruit, I consult with the dealers. I make as many intelligent suggestions as I can. Because, hey, if they're coming to me, they're coming to me because they have a need. And I find a way by making my ad short and punchy and put my damn phone number in there to make myself accessible. I'm now in California, Colorado. I'm in about every damn state, and I'm taking over Canada. The recruiting... No, I wear a sweater, don't worry. A little chilly up there for me. It's really a simple process. If you reach out to most ads and you're a AAA tech, you wait 19 months to get a call back. I call you so quick, people think they have tracker devices on the phone. How'd you get me so fast? Well, I got you so fast the same way when if you came on my lot, I leapt over 3 cars like Superman to get you. It's got to be a right now business. So with the recruiting, it's really simple. If you called me up and said, Larry, I need people, I would consult with you. I'd explain what I think you need to entice people, being honest and forthright so we never get a dealer in trouble. We place the ads. The dealer can always reach me. The customers can always reach me, and I connect the dots. It isn't like, hey, here's your guy, best of luck to you. It's really simple. Now, our world's flipping around. We had no inventory, then we're going to have inventory. Okay, we had 4 cars, and the interest was minus 0.20. The bank was paying you to get a calendar and a toaster. Okay, now it's flipped around. Now I am going to shine like a diamond because my training will beat anybody's training. Why? Because I hate training. I hate cliches and homilies. I don't teach people to memorize things. I teach people to think and to listen, to be proactive as well as reactive. Man, one of the questions I love to ask, whether it's 30-year vet or a newbie, is what do you say to a guy that says, I only have 10 minutes, I got to go watch my son play ball? The answer is, what does your son play? What does your daughter play? And if you're going to text them, that's what you do. Building an instant connection is what I do. I show people how to think. I show them how to understand that it's their business within somebody else's business with no debt service. I mean, as good as these guys are doing, they'd like it if they had no bills. You can get me a taller chair, I wouldn't look so short next to him. So, am I good?
You're 10 seconds, go.
I'm here. I can get people, I can get texts, I can make your people better. God bless America.
There it is. All right, questions.
The old pricing model. Is it a percentage? Is it a flat? Is it a monthly? Is it a per?
Great question. I hit people with a one-time advertising fee, which is embarrassingly low. Okay? My accountant and my wife hate me, but hey, it's
Sure.
altruistic.
You got to do it.
I called, when somebody asked me to find service people, I called my local headhunter who didn't know I had sold my dealership. And he wanted 15% of what a guy makes for a year. I happen to think, no disrespect headhunters, that that's unreasonable because people are transient. When I had my dealership, if we fired a tech, he came in, his wife with hair curlers and 9 kids and said, take them back, please. So I charge much less than my competitors. I'm more effective than my competitors. And it's a one-time fee. I'm not looking to hit people all the time. But if they do want to pay all the time, that's fine too. I have a drop box, it's no problem.
So from a longevity perspective, after they're hired in, what's their average length of time that they're going to actually be working with the dealership? Do you track that at all?
Yes. And I'm going to give you an intelligent answer because I'm big on intelligent answers when I'm at NADA. I do my best and I stay in touch with the candidates and the dealers, but a lot of that is more dependent on the dealer structure than on me. I have seen managers lose some terrific salespeople and some terrific techs, but the beautiful thing is, as we dovetail back into more training, I can work with managers and salespeople and service people. Listen, a free tip for anybody. If you have a receptionist in service or sales and somebody calls, before you put him to voicemail, say, let me check to see if he's at his desk. Hey, he is, let me connect him. Would you mind if I did voicemail? Because if there's anybody here that likes voicemail, there's something mentally wrong with them. I hate it. So just simple, intelligent things that make sense. Let's not make this too complicated. Let's find them, let's make them fall in love with us, let's show we're interested, because understand, these people are not annoyances, they're annuities.
Yeah. Last question I've got for you is...
hold on, he had another question. Yeah, you can give me a 6, it's fine. It doesn't have to be a limit. Let's raise the debt ceiling.
So one thing I hear you say a lot is I, right? You're the one that's out there, you're doing the recruiting, you're doing all the pieces, right? As a guy who's run many dealer groups, I think, man, I would struggle to hire you only because I don't know what your bandwidth's going to be, right? How do you solve for that? How do you answer that?
The answer to that is the guy with the beard standing next to me. Because he put his arm around me, he recommended me to a bunch of people, they were all successful, and he said, now what are you going to do, dummy? So I hired a young lady who's brilliant. I hired 3 car guys they're not jaded, they're not cynical, they got all the energy, and I've got resumes all over my desk for people that want to work with me, because you may not have figured this out yet, but I'm kind of fun and I have a little bit of energy. He told me to tamp it down a little bit because we didn't knock the set down.
So growing and scaling that energy. All right, we're going to go to pitch and product. 4 and 4 on the pitch and product.
I'm going to say pitch, I'm going to give you a 4 because of the enthusiasm, but product, I'd say a 3.5.
There you go. I'm going to go with a 4.6 on the pitch. I think it's your best pitch yet. You connected both training and the recruiting, and even gave us some insights, things we can take back today. From a product perspective, I'm going to go with a 4.1. Reason being is I think really understanding the data end of what you do is going to enable dealers to make intelligent decisions in the future. So just an encouragement as you build the product that everything that you do from a personal standpoint can be tracked back to data, and that would be a really cool thing to build into the product offering of what you do.
Thank you,
Larry,
gentlemen.
Thank you so much. We're moving to our last pitch. We got just a little bit of time left. We're almost done with Pitch Tank. We've got Ben Aid. Look at this. Look at oh my goodness. We got dancing robots in front of our deal here. Ben's even got notes. He's going to be rolling. Ben, let's get rolling.
Awesome to be here. As a product director at Amazon, we had 100 million customers, and we never missed a call. We served every one of our customers equally, 24/7. Now, when I went to Xtime and worked as product director, I noticed that dealers, had tens of thousands of customers, and they were always missing calls. My mission in life is to help every dealer and provide the same quality of service as Amazon. Okay, the difference that I found: Amazon leverages human and robots, AI, whereas dealers have great teams, but they're human only. Okay, so the solution: hire robots to answer the phone. We have receptionists, we have BDC, we have executive assistants. Every single call has to be answered. Every single message had to be responded to within 1 hour. There's no other options. So the impact of this, you'd see 5 to 10% lift in revenue immediately, day one. Okay, how long it takes to deploy? A couple of days. We turn a dealer on in a few hours. Do some testing here and there, and then they're up and running. The numbers don't lie, guys. Customer expectations have changed. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when you want to provide the experience customers expect and when you want to scale your business. Our differentiators to some other products on the market: we are 25% more affordable. We always want to be the most affordable. We want to help dealers. Our mission is not to make money, but it's actually to help dealers provide the experience customers expect. We provide full customization services. We have integrations with every scheduler on earth, including YAdvisor, which is the most backward system. Well, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Time Highway.
You're happy.
And we provide status updates. Who is the advisor on the RO? Parts arrived. We do Spanish now. Yes. And we're there to help dealers. Want to hear audio? There we go, guys. With all due respect, so call in here quickly.
Hello, Mr. I. Welcome to 123 Motors Service Department. This is Alio, your digital assistant. I can book appointments or get you the help you need. How can I assist you today?
Book appointment, please.
Thank you. Would you like to book an appointment for your 2016 Carrera?
Yes, of course.
No. Please tell me what services you would like.
I want oil change, tire rotation, and suspension work, please.
Would you like to drop off your vehicle, wait at the dealership, or would you need a ride?
Drop off, please.
Our first availability is Tuesday, January 31st at 9:45 a.m., 11:15 a.m., and 12:15 p.m. Please select a time, say next, or say a date.
12:15.
Great, you are booked. Your confirmation is on the way.
Awesome. Right as I'm buzzing off. And if you don't know, he also received a text immediately on his phone. I just saw that. Ben, first of all, I don't know if you all were on Pitch Tank when he won a few weeks ago, but I don't know if it was you or Patrick Brown that said, hey, you guys should do Spanish.
I think Patrick did, and I got excited when I heard about it. It's a massive.
And you just said now you do Spanish. So you're telling me
Absolutely.
within 2 weeks you guys figured out Spanish language?
Absolutely. We had the customer want to be our partner, and we did it.
That leads me to another question, right? So Spanish is awesome. That's just the start. Like, are you going to continue to add different languages as we continue to
And we
evolve?
also work on Portuguese with a Portuguese
right.
group now. So,
Okay, that's even more exciting because there's a lot of depending on where you live.
exactly.
Yeah. So I'm just curious, is a lot of dealers using this as their first introduction to the customer, or are they doing this as just on this, if they want to schedule service?
So it depends on the group. With AutoNation, it's their first. With other groups, they let the phone ring a few times before, and we're more of their backup. So it's up to the dealer. We fit into what their process. They don't change anything. We just are a staffing agency, literally. We just, if they want to hire a receptionist, give them a receptionist. Want to hire a BDC, they want to hire executive assistants, we give them 10 of them. And then they use them in their system to help them with the best way they want.
So last question I got is, I would imagine, especially with older clientele, they hate automated services, right? So do you guys measure and then report back to the dealer of anybody that's dropping off, especially if it's their primary call?
Yes, so we're there to actually assist. Our goal is calls are being missed. So we're actually much better than, missing. we also, the other thing, a lot of customers have a long wait time. We've at Porsche store, one of the Porsche stores that we're working with, it was 6 minutes wait time on a Monday morning. Now it's 0 minutes. We help customers. We're actually increasing the experience, increasing the 5 to 10 revenue lift and bookings. We do like on average 200 extra booking from missed calls. Customers that drop off for some reason or the other, most of the times because they don't find the product that matches them. They want to bring their car on Saturday, there's no availability. It's much easier to drop off in a but then we pick them up, we send them to the team, and we put a timer on them. They have to get back to that customer within 1 hour and serve him. So everything really is like no loose ends.
I would say there's probably 3 key players, with yourself included, in this particular realm that we're talking about. The other 2 I won't mention. This is obviously about yours. You mentioned your price point. Do you know the price that they're at between the 2 and 3 mark?
Yes.
Where do you land when I want to do that? And the other side of it too is, having run pretty extensive tests, A/B tests between those 2 companies. What I found was fascinating is that the consumer demands this technology because the drop-off rates and the satisfaction ratings were relatively the same. Do you have a way of measuring satisfaction with your customers with my customers that use your system? And then do you have any numbers on your percentage of drop-off rate? The others are double digits low, and they were both the same.
Yes. I would say the drop-off rates, yes, in the single digits.
Okay.
The experience, we don't actually measure it ourselves because it's a wrong way to measure it. I see some people doing it, but you're actually doing it with the people that completed, means it's skewed to people who liked your system and succeeded through it, right? But we try to measure with the CSI, and we do see substantial increase in CSI, the general CSI for the dealer.
That pricing, you mentioned you're lower.
We are 25%, at least 25% lower than anybody, and we're going to keep it there forever.
Awesome. We're going to move to the pitch and product scores. So pitch first, product second.
Pitch 4.5, product 5.
Yeah, I'm going to say the same, 4.5 from 5.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 4.3 on the pitch and a 5 on the product. 4.3 only because I think for you as the founder, I would get that dialed in so that you can clearly do it on a napkin pitch without having to have your notes in front of it. Otherwise, I probably would have put you at a 4.8. All right. That is the end of the scoring. We've got the calculations coming. I really want to thank, again, our partners at Outsell for giving us the opportunity to sit here, hang out in their booth, live stream to you directly across the interwebs. Thank you to my 2 moderators for coming and hanging out with us, giving your time to us. We've got the final winner. The winner of this month's Pitch Tank is Ben Aid with, I just lost the name of his AI. Auto Service AI, goodness, I'm losing my mind. So Ben, congratulations. Thank you to everybody else that pitched, for Ezra and for Tim and for Larry. You guys were awesome. And you all have a great day. We'll see you around NADA show floor.